So you broke your TV. Maybe it was a rage moment, maybe it just blinked out. The question now is, can you fix it yourself, or are you stuck buying a new one? One of the most common questions we see on our iFixit subreddit is just that. The answer, of course, is yes, repairing a TV is surprisingly easy, but actually doing it, that's nearly impossible. Let me explain. TV panels break all the time, and if that happens to you, that's it, you're done. Most big repair companies won't even attempt to repair the panel itself. But here's the thing, if you could find a replacement panel, they're actually quite easy to swap into the TV itself, because the TV isn't like a cell phone with multiple layers of components. It's made up of 5 or 6 parts, and that's it. If you have a Phillips screwdriver, you can get in there and you can swap things out. The real issue is sourcing the panel. Shops like Shop Jimmy or companies like Return Pro only manage it because they're operating at scale. They either buy panels directly from manufacturers, or they harvest good displays from TVs that are otherwise junked. But for the rest of us, it's tough. You might go on eBay and find a panel, but they're big, super fragile, and very expensive to ship. And that's assuming you can even find one that matches your exact same TV model. So TV repairs, as far as the panel is concerned, are out. But what is fixable inside a TV? Let's talk about how TVs are actually put together. Most modern TVs, whether they're LED, LCD, or OLED, are surprisingly simple inside. If you've never opened one, here's what's waiting for you behind the back panel. First, you've got the power supply board. That's the component that takes electricity from the wall and converts it into the voltages your TV needs to run. If your TV isn't powering on at all, this is a good place to start troubleshooting. Be careful when handling any power supply board, especially around capacitors. These components can hold a dangerous electrical charge even after the TV has been unplugged. For added safety, you can manually discharge capacitors using a capacitor discharge tool, never a screwdriver or anything conductive that could spark or short the board. Proper precautions go a long way when working around high voltage components. Large electrolytic capacitors in particular can deliver a painful or even harmful shock if discharged improperly. Before working on the board, it's best to leave the TV unplugged for about an hour to let the capacitors drain naturally, but don't assume they're safe unless you've verified it with a multimeter. Next up is the main board. Think of it as the brains of the TV. It handles all the processing, signal decoding, inputs, and system software. If your TV turns on but doesn't show a picture, has weird glitches, or the ports don't work, the main board might be to blame. Then you've got the T-Con board, short for timing controller. This part handles how the image gets displayed on the screen. If you're seeing vertical lines flickering or half of your screen looks off, the T-Con is suspect. Add in I/O boards or Wi-Fi modules and you've covered most of what you might find inside. Some TVs also have inverter boards or LED driver boards, especially if it's a backlit LED set. And yet, the LED backlight strips themselves are another failure point. The great news is all these parts are usually connected with screws and ribbon cables, no soldering needed. You take the back panel off, usually just a dozen screws or so, and all the internals are laid out like a roadmap. Big circuit boards, clearly labeled connectors, sometimes they even have part numbers printed right on them to make ordering replacements easier. So what's the catch? Mostly it's sourcing replacement parts and replacement panels. If that panel is broken, forget it. And if you can't find the parts, you're kinda stuck. But if you can, these repairs are actually very doable at home, were it not for the cost of replacement panels, which can cost as much as the whole TV itself. So what should you look out for if you're buying a new TV and want it to last, or at least be fixable? First off, avoid the cheapest brands. If you're looking at a $200 TV from Amazon or from Walmart, or you're tempted by that Black Friday deal, chances are you're getting a cheap TV that's going to break early. Most of these TVs are white label units with a recognizable brand slapped on them, and you're going to struggle to find spare parts for them when they break. Spend a little more on a mid-range or high-end TV, and you might have a better chance at finding those replacement parts. So what's the final verdict? Well, your TV is repairable so long as the screen is intact. You can swap the boards, you can replace the power supply, you can even fix the backlight if you're lucky. Just avoid the cheap junk, skip the flashy deal of the day TVs, and for the love of Mario, don't throw your controller at the screen.